Now, the G7 foreign ministers have concluded their first in-person talks in more than 2 years. The G7 addressed what it perceives as the biggest current threats, China and Russia, and the coronavirus pandemic. Hitting out at China for human rights abuses and voicing concern about Russian aggression, the group has affirmed to take collective action on most pressing foreign and security challenges. Now, the G7 members' top diplomats reserved their strongest criticism for rising China. At the meeting, foreign ministers accused China of human rights abuses and economic mischief. They said they were deeply concerned by human rights violations and abuses against the Uyghur Muslims in the Xinjiang province. The group has urged an end to the targeting of rights protesters in Hong Kong, also asking Beijing to abide by its obligations under international and national law. But little concrete action has been offered to deal with the increasingly powerful Beijing. The G7 has held the door open for future cooperation with Beijing. It also is looking for opportunities to work with China to promote regional and global peace, security and prosperity.
I think we're all looking for a constructive, calibrated approach, engaging where there's scope to do so. And I also think if you're worried about what China does, I think it's more likely to need to, rather than react in anger, it's more likely going to need to take a look in the mirror and understand that it needs to take into account this growing body of opinion that thinks these basic international rules have got to be adhered to.
And the Group of Seven has also scolded Russia, referring to the build-up of Russian military forces on Ukraine's borders. It said that the negative pattern of Russia's irresponsible and destabilizing behavior continues. Now, the Kremlin has been cast as malicious in the communique, noticing malign activities, which the G7 foreign ministers said Russia has aimed to undermine democracies. The G7 said it would bolster collective efforts to counter Russian disinformation. There is, however, little concrete action mentioned in this statement. The group has reiterated the importance of maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific, underscoring the importance of improving regional connectivity. The foreign ministers also said that they supported Taiwan's participation in World Health Organization forums and the World Health Assembly. The group has expressed concerns about any unilateral actions that could escalate tensions in the Taiwan Strait. The foreign ministers have also called on Tehran to release foreign and dual nationals, which they said were being held arbitrarily in Iranian jails, while also committing to ensure that Iran never develops a nuclear weapon. The G7 foreign ministers have called the JCPOA as the best way to ensure the peaceful nature of Iran's nuclear program. On the coronavirus pandemic, the ministers have committed to financially support the vaccine sharing program COVAX. They've pledged to work with the industry to expand the production of affordable COVID-19 vaccines, but it has stopped short of calling for a waiver for intellectual property rights of major pharma firms. The London meeting has set the tone for G7 leaders meeting in Cornwall next month, where US President Joe Biden will be making his international debut. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.